At 6, lawmakers in America have released a cache of photographs showing several powerful and famous figures linked to Jeffrey Epstein. They include Donald Trump, Bill Clinton and Richard Branson. The pictures show no misconduct and all have denied any wrongdoing in relation to the convicted sex offender.
These pictures have been released with just 1 week to go until Donald Trump has to release all the files the government holds on Jeffrey Epstein.
Also tonight, a man has been found guilty of murdering his wife 8 years after being cleared of the killing following new evidence from their child. Football fans say high ticket prices for next summer's World Cup in North America are scandalous. And Joanna Trollope, who chronicled romance and intrigue among the middle classes in her so-called Arga Saga novels, has died. She was 82. And US lawmakers released photographs showing several powerful and famous figures linked to Jeffrey Epstein. The pictures show no misconduct and all have denied any wrongdoing. And coming up, pop star Taylor Swift breaks down in tears in a new documentary after meeting survivors and families of the victims of the Southport stabbings.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has made a surprise visit to the front line. Russia claimed its forces had captured the city of Kupiansk in Kharkiv weeks ago, but now Ukraine has pushed back into the city. Zelensky told troops Ukraine's diplomatic leverage depends on holding strong positions on the battlefield. A British backpacker who killed a father of two by drunkenly crashing into him on an electric scooter in Australia has been sentenced to 4 years in prison. 25-year-old Alicia Kemp from Worcestershire was more than 3 times over the legal limit when she struck 51-year-old Than Pan. And the social media platform Reddit has filed a lawsuit in Australia's High Court just 2 days after the country implemented its landmark social media ban for children. The online forum is one of 10 sites that were banned for users under the age of 16.
Our headlines today. The Health Secretary warns that hospitals face a challenge unlike anything seen since the pandemic, with flu cases set to potentially triple.
50,000 more places will be created in mainstream schools in England for children with special educational needs and disabilities, with some money coming from cancelled plans to create new schools.
Good morning. The modern future of the traditional honesty box. I'm finding out why those little roadside stalls are enjoying a bit of a revival.
What on earth's that, he asked. What, said John. That, said Peter.
Let us tell you the story of a children's programme which was first broadcast 60 years ago. We dive into the archives to revisit Jackanory.
Good morning in sport. Luke Littler lives up to his billing on the first night of the World Darts Championship. The teenage world #1 starting the defence of his title with a straight sets win.
The King will deliver a personal message today, stressing the importance of cancer screening to help early diagnosis. His address, which was recorded at Clarence House, will be broadcast as part of a Stand Up to Cancer fundraising programme at 8 o'clock this evening. The King has been undergoing regular treatment since revealing his diagnosis in February last year.
In the last few minutes, we've had the first update since the budget on how the economy is faring. Important figures, these, Peter, for the government, for all of us.
Very important figures. Always important to remember. They are a bit like looking in the rear-view mirror at what has happened, not what's happening right now. We're talking about October. Good morning, everyone. The headline news is that the economy failed to grow in October. In fact, it contracted by 0.1%. A bit of a surprise. Now, remember, a growing economy tends to mean businesses doing well, expanding, investing, creating jobs, maybe putting up wages. A shrinking economy, a contracting economy can mean the opposite. So what's behind this 0.1% fall in October? Well, we have to rewind back to then. What was going on? If you look at the details, the services sector, that's how we describe retail, haircuts. That sector really struggled, failed to grow. Could that be because of pre-budget jitters, people not sure about what was coming in the budget, taxes holding back their spending? And although Jaguar Land Rover restarted production in October after the cyber attack, well, car manufacturing continued to be weak. And Charlie, these figures are just monthly. They are volatile. They can be revised. But that 0.1% contraction is important for all of us. And as you said, also incredibly important for a government that's made growing the economy, the opposite of this, its #1 mission before being elected.
Let's have a look at some of the front pages of today's papers for you Friday morning. Rising flu cases dominating most of the front pages, including The Guardian. You can see there it's describing it as the worst ever winter crisis.
The Times quotes the Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, who warns that a potential strike by resident doctors next week could bring the NHS to its knees as it deals with additional flu patients. The Mirror focuses on the cost of tickets for the World Cup, announced yesterday by FIFA, the cheapest starting at more than £3,100. World Cup of Greed is the headline.
And then let's look at The Independent, leading with a warning from the head of NATO after the Secretary-General, Mark Rutte, said Europe must prepare for a conflict with Russia on the scale our grandparents endured. Let's look at the papers for you.
Seen anything that caught your eye?
Well, there's just a story here about seizures of wildlife, people smuggling wildlife into the UK. This is from Border Force. This is a story in Telegraph, actually. In one instance, they stopped a car which had 2,000 tarantulas in one vehicle. £70,000, I think they were worth. Yes, they were live tarantulas being imported. 2,000 in one vehicle. That's just one example.
From where?
Well, they were coming into the UK. I'm not sure. It doesn't actually detail. The driver... OK, this is another one. Two boa constrictors discovered underneath blankets, a car in Dover. The driver bought them in a German reptile show without a licence, just bringing them into the country. It's extraordinary, isn't it? So they're trying to crack down, basically, and stop people doing that.
Something that gets everyone talking, potholes. This just caught my eye. Farhan Hussain has come up with an idea to shame council bosses into fixing the roads where he lives. This is in Cambridgeshire, and the county council has said it's going to inspect the road as a result. So he is a curry house boss. So he owns a curry house. He baked a naan, right, and to fill the pothole, it's an 18-inch naan bread, put it in, and it worked.
It's actually filled the hole. It's kind of a picture story, that, but it doesn't work. You can see the naan bread. It's
been dubbed the hardest working naan in the village. Great Shelford in Cambridge. Well done. It's innovation, because people are so frustrated with the state of the roads, and it's definitely something we talk about here on Breakfast.
More money for SEND education, but do the government's new measures go far enough? Remarkable teamwork caught on camera. Dolphins and killer whales join forces to hunt salmon. Why this teddy bear's return to Sheffield is so special 85 years on.